Hello and welcome to a mystery vlog where not even I know what's going to happen. I adopted a cat back in August. You can see her over there, eating her crunchies, being real cute. I tried to get a head start on Drawlloween, and I am preparing for a trip to St. Louis to visit a couple of friends this Halloween season. I talk a little bit about Drawlloween this year, and I do receive a super fun box full of some childhood nostalgia that I'm happy to share with you. Let's get started, and I'll see you guys way back in September.
I filmed these drawing segments over a couple of days. I really wanted to get ahead with Drawlloween so that I didn't feel pressured to have a painting done every single day. Unfortunately, for the last couple of weeks, I've been working 40 hours a week, which is good for me and my wallet and not so great for me and my artistic pursuits. But I am definitely not used to working 40 hours in a row. Even in my previous full-time position, it would be like 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. That way the 40 would be split into different segments. 40 hours straight is exhausting. I definitely won't get to all the prompts, including some of the ones that I was really looking forward to. I haven't been really thrilled with the things I came up with for this year, and I've been kind of feeling like my art style is boring. Maybe boring's not the right word. Maybe it's actually just seasonal depression. Usually October is my favorite month of the year, but for a variety of reasons and non-reasons, I'm just not feeling it this year. For the first time in, 36 years, I don't have a Halloween costume planned. Even putting out the decorations didn't do it for me. But I've been just feeling kinda meh about the whole thing. Even my beloved cauldron lights have not managed to summon my Halloween spirit. What I did discover this week was singing Happy Day in Hell on my commute. Instant dopamine boost. I will say I am super proud of myself for getting 11 out of the 31 drawings done. The big goal for this Drawlloween was just to do what I wanted and to have fun and not stress about ideas or posting or whatever. I think my favorites are this year's self-portrait. The painting I did of my cat, Undead, was really great with my hot pink and lime green biker zombie. But I feel like I really nailed it with pumpkin and with lovely bones. Also, I am never cutting tiny bones out of watercolor paper ever again. And despite the fact that I hate mushrooms, I think the mushroom painting came out really well too. You can see the ones I've done so far over on Instagram and Patreon. And I want to see if I can do at least one more before the season's over and before I leave for my trip to St. Louis. Unfortunately, I have to voice over this next segment because Wednesday, when this package arrived, I was trying to film, but everybody downstairs was yelling. And there's no amount of editing magic that would prevent you from hearing about the great wheelchair fiasco of 2025. Anyway, I was very excited to receive this package. I actually did open it before I filmed this segment because the box felt suspiciously light and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting scammed. Wow, this is not a great angle. I really should have moved the camera higher. But also, why is it pink? The whole thing was about finding the silver crystal, right? Unfortunately, neither of them work. So this is also going to be a bit of a restoration project for me. They're from 1995, so obviously there's a lot of wear and tear. The battery compartment is corroded on both of them. I guess this little stuffed crescent moon was just like a bonus. Ghost immediately claimed it, and now I have no idea where it is. I'm really happy to have them back in my life, and even if I can't get them to work again, I would just put them on display.
Hello again. It is Friday, October 24th, and we are going to do some weird craft preparation. Ignore the mess. I just got home from work, so what I'm going to do is make hair bundles. I have a class tomorrow about Victorian style hair work, which I am very excited about. We will be making a 5-petal flower, so I need 5 bundles of hair. It's kind of funny because this is almost my natural hair color. It's a little bit lighter. Yeah, I just have a pile of hair on my desk, so let's do some weird stuff. Is this going to get everywhere? Absolutely. Our main task is to separate all this hair into bundles of 50 to 100 strands. I'm a silly goose, and what I intended to buy was a weft of hair, where the hair is sewn onto the weft, but it's held in place by something so that you could count all the teeny tiny hairs, cut what you need, and then, you're good to go. What I bought was not a weft of hair. It was literally just a braid of loose hair. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not actually going to count out how many strands of hair. I'm just going to eyeball it. It's fake hair. This is for practice. I don't really think it matters right now. I have some wax paper so that my very high-tech nail polish does not stick to my desk or to the wax paper, because that is what I'm going to be using to put these bundles together. Okay, I guess I can like trim them up after they're done. They're supposed to be 10 inches. This is probably not 10 inches because I didn't actually measure it. And actually that might be more than 100 strands. Okay, on second thought, I'm going to use these tiny hair clips to hold the hair in place. Isn't that genius? I just now thought of that. Have I already made a couple of bundles of hair? Yes. Did I think about the fact that I have alligator clips? No. So I am just gonna twist it a little bit so that it's more, I don't know, in a bundle? Or maybe it just needs to be flat. I don't know. Okay, I can't open nail polish without the other hand. Maybe this wasn't such a great idea. So I'm gonna set that down. I am going to take my super professional, very realistic, definitely authentic Victorian Salon Perfect nail polish and just kind of give them a coat, flip it around and get the other side. We're learning together, okay? Friendship is making random hair crafts. I actually really like the Victorian tradition of making jewelry or ornaments out of hair. A lot of people think that hair work was specifically for mourning a deceased loved one, but they were also exchanged as tokens of friendship, for engagement. I've seen family trees crafted out of bundles of hair, which were super gorgeous. The only thing I'm missing at this point is a bead or a button for the center. You would think with all of the craft stuff and art supplies that I have, I would have a bead or button lying around somewhere. So far it has been a no-go, and I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of beads because I don't want to waste. I don't know if there's a secret to doing this. The secret is probably buying a weft of hair and leaving the hair on the weft while you glue it together. But, this stuff only cost me $3, so I'm not really worried about it. I am worried about how much of this stuff I'm going to have to vacuum off my floor. I know some people think that it's weird to collect human hair. I actually own a piece of Victorian mourning jewelry that is done with plate work. If I think about it, as I'm editing this video, I will put in a clip of the piece that I owned. I think it's pretty unique. I've never seen a mourning piece like this, and I think it's really cool. Hi, Ghost. I think we should do more weird crafts. I have only met one person in real life at an oddities expo who makes hair work pieces for a living. I think these are way more than 100 hairs, but I'm not gonna pull these apart and then count each individual strand. There actually were instructions in the email for how to do this prior to class. This is really not fun. I need to vacuum so bad. This stuff is everywhere. Let's speed this up. Am I even gonna be able to weave with a kitten? So this is what we're working with. Hopefully it is good enough, and if not, I have an entire bundle of hair to practice with. But I will see you tomorrow when I am in class. Good morning. It's October 27th. It's raining outside, and today's goal is to pack my suitcase for my trip on Thursday. Hi, Ghost. I have never been to St. Louis before, and I'm kind of excited, but I am also extremely anxious because I haven't left Ghost alone for an extended period of time since I adopted her in August. The longest I've been gone is just to go to work. And it's not so much that I think the people here won't take care of her or that she won't be okay. I just don't. I want to pack her too. I want her to go. Maybe it's me. Maybe I have the separation anxiety. No, I have the separation anxiety. That's a fact. But yeah, I'm nervous, which sucks because I really want to be excited about this trip. I get to see one of my best friends who I went to New Orleans with a couple of years ago. And then I get to see my other very best friend whom I've known for like, I don't know, 15 years at this point. She is so incredibly dear to me, and I am so very excited to finally get to meet her in person. What are you doing? I don't know if I can turn the camera around to show you. She's just kind of like snaked her way behind my tripod and is laying under my computer. I would pick her up, but she does not like being on camera, so. Anyway, I really am excited. We're gonna go to Mr. Meowski's sourdough bread, which, following the cat theme, right up my alley. I will happily have some cinnamon rolls made by a cat in a top hat. We are going to go to a couple of antique malls, which honestly is my favorite thing to do. The junkier, the better. We are maybe going to go to the super haunted Limp Mansion. And most importantly, I'm really hoping we get to go and see Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. It's not playing here anywhere near me, but it is playing over in St. Louis. Fingers crossed. I really want to go see it in theaters. I love Frankenstein. In fact, we are getting 3 Frankenstein movies in like the next 6 months, and I could not be a happier girl. Ghost, give me that. She stole my nail file. She actually grabbed it the other day and she was carrying it around in her mouth like it was a knife. It was pretty cute, actually. I'm also really curious about Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride, especially since one of my big pet peeves about Frankenstein films is that they usually depict the bride and the monster in love, which is not what happened in The Bride of Frankenstein. She rejects him, so there's no love story there. But her version, according to the trailers, and I try not to watch too many because trailers just give everything away these days. I am curious to see it. You want to say hi? Okay, that's all you're gonna get. And then like the third Frankenstein movie has Sebastian Stan in it, and I don't need to know anything else. We're good. Also, I did get to take that hair workshop on Saturday, and it was really, really cool. Diane Irby is such an awesome person. She's very knowledgeable, and I had a lot of fun. I did mess up the first one that I tried to do, and then Ghost woke up from her nap and decided that she wanted to play with the wire on the second one I was trying to do. So unfortunately, I did not make my 5-petal hair flower. That's okay. I should be getting the video replay of the seminar either today or tomorrow, I think, and I can try again. I also learned that I don't know what 50 to 100 hairs looks like. All of my wefts were way too thick. I've got plenty of hair though. I can just remake them. I will say that the synthetic hair I bought is not great. It feels very plasticky and it doesn't dampen with water like real hair. So it's a little bit tough to work with. It's not my favorite, but it's for practice, you know. Anyway, I have at least one video I need to refilm today. I need to finish editing this one and then edit the other one because, surprise, Ghost. YouTube doesn't like it when I disappear for 3 months. I hope now that I can really get back into the swing of things. I really do miss making videos, even though I procrastinate on editing them for several weeks. I'm gonna end this one here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one.